Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very nice weather episode. But this is our live, and this is...
They're saying it's 64 degrees right now.
64?
This weather channel said like 79.
Yeah, let's see. What does mine say?
Let me look at mine.
Mine says, I think it says 81. But it's orange, so there's a warning.
Mine says 81 right now too. I don't know if they've got the right.
This is what the keep the car key on. Now it's my left knee, not my right knee that's hurting. But we don't have the gas to go anymore. I guess I should go and see if there's what the account is on this and this. We know we have a few cents on this. My doctor is not willing to give me more of this, the generic Seroquel, because we have a new doctor. So you know what I had to do? Something I hate doing? I had to call my uncle and ask him. I hate asking him for money. Well, what were we supposed to do? We don't have the gas to get into town and back. I think we can get one way. We might be able to get both ways, but we don't want to risk it. Especially since, I mean, if we risk it, what we're going to get in there and then get stuck, and then what? But I also want to say for the Spurs, good going, man. You're surprising me. You are really surprising me. I've felt for a long time they've needed a new coach. I mean, some of these guys on the Spurs have been there forever. You know, they're like my age, or well, maybe not quite my age, because
they're ancient.
Yeah, they're ancient, and you know, they had this good core group of players for the longest time. Anyway, so to my Okinawan friends, or my brat friends that lived on Okinawa, my cousin Jane is in Japan. She teaches at George Mason University. And she's chaperoning, I think it's 17 students. But see, Jane speaks Japanese. In university, she majored in, she had a dual major, English and linguistics. And my other cousin Brian, her brother, dual majored in library sciences and history, I believe. Like, phew. You know, my dad's mom, she was doing advanced math into her 80s, or 70s or 80s. My mom's mom, my grandmother on my mom's side, was a school teacher. My uncle and his wife were school teachers. My cousin Brian is a professor, and me, I can barely use the English language. English is also not my native language. It's Spanish. And I was bilingual till I was a teenager, till I was 14.
How much Spanish did you learn in Spain?
Well, it wasn't just learning it in Spain, it was,
well, I mean,
throughout my life.
I'm sure you learned some, but how much?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Oh, that was all I spoke.
No, conversational.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Up until I was a teenager, I could carry on a conversation in either language. What I was doing was I was interchangeably using both languages, you know, and I wasn't, you know, to me that was okay. I didn't, you know.
Also, they say it's easier to learn a language, second language, when you're young. It's easier to learn another language when you're young.
But I mean, my languages was first Spanish. I'm not going to go through all the languages in direct order, people, because I don't actually know which order.
You learned a little German, didn't you?
Yeah, German, Syro-Croatian, Spanish, English, and the Okinawan dialect of Japanese, which would have meant I learned some of the Japanese and some of the Okinawan, you know, because they're actually not the same languages, but a lot of people think they are, but they're not. So that's what? Spanish, English, German, Syro-Croatian, Japanese, and Okinawan. That's 6 languages. In 8 years of my life, that's how many languages I spoke to one degree or another. Some of those languages I never spoke very much. Like Syro-Croatian, I probably spoke very, very, very little of. German probably would come in next, because we weren't in Germany very long, so there wasn't the ongoing process of speaking.
But you did have Steffi and his mom's parents around.
Yeah, and outside of, you know, Steffi and his parents and his brothers and sisters, most of our friends in Germany were from Spain, which means I continue to speak Spanish. I wonder what I sounded like when I was that young, because you imagine all those different languages.
You may have been a confused mess, huh?
Yeah. So, you know, and then there's the dialect issue. You know, my native Spanish is from Andalusia, from southern Spain, and it has its own, you know, distinct dialect, and every place is like that. Even, you know, English in the United States is not, there's no such thing as American English. You listen to people up here, Boston.
Yeah, you have Boston, you have Midwestern,
you know, very
Southern.
Yeah, and Texas is sort of a mix of Southern and Western and Midwestern, and Texas is really, anyway.
Kind of odd.
Yeah. Because, you know, like when I was living in De Leon. Well, part of the reason I pronounce it that way is because my native language is Spanish, so I pronounce, you know, certain things I still say in a certain way. And, you know, so Spanish, to some degree, I'm going to say it with an accent, which to me is the proper way of saying it. And I don't know if I would, other languages, you know, if I would have an accent, or if I would use the American flat. To me, it's this flat. I don't like that. This, you know, you should have an accent. There was a time many years ago where when people were taught a language, they were taught to speak it with an accent. For some reason, they stopped doing that, and now they emphasize don't speak with an accent. Oh, and then in college I took American Sign Language. So, but that's not a verbal language. So, but I took what, 4 semesters, maybe 5 semesters. I took 1 or 2 classes more than one.
It's not a spoken language, but it definitely is a language.
Yeah. But, you know, use it or lose it, folks, and I didn't use it, so I lost it. And I still know the alphabet, because I learned that when I was in Austin. That was like the only good thing that came, well, 2 good things came out of Austin. I learned how to read, and I learned the alphabet. I learned the manual alphabet. But I hate having to ask my uncle for anything. Kills me. But what are we going to do?
Financial strain month.
Yeah. And the thing is, next month we have to order ammo, because if we don't, we may never get it. Well, I don't want to order the amount that is in the cart or whatever. But I got an email from them, and they said, well, I have to cancel. In order to change the order, I have to cancel an order, but then there's no guarantee that I'll get it, because somebody else may be in line. So I'm like, and we don't
need 2,000 rounds of ammo either.
Well, it goes fast in a semi-auto. Now, somebody asked me if the AR is fully auto. No, it's not fully auto. Geez, you think I have the money to go out there and get, you know, pay the tax stuff and all that for a full auto, or, you know, a silencer, or I don't know what all the different things are. You have to pay all that extra tax, like $200 or something. You have to fill out a bunch of paperwork, and if you get one little thing wrong on the paperwork, it's invalid. But I was watching a video this morning about the Mosin, and that guy had a is it Miller USAF, he had a really good suggestion. I had never heard of using Windex to clean your rifle.
Oh,
yeah.
I never heard that either.
Yeah. And he was saying take some of that 550 cord, put a few knots in it, and run some motor oil through it, and then just run the cord through there. It'll help, like lubricate it, give it the oil. So I'm like, hey, that's a good idea, thanks. And yeah, I keep looking at guns, but like we have the money to buy more guns. No. It'd be nice if we both had a handgun. And they have an AR configuration for a 22. But I mean, look, an AR at 223, it's not like it's all that powerful. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's easy to shoot. It's easy to keep on target and all that. So I don't see except the main reason that I'd want to get a 22 is the 22 ammo is readily available and it's cheap. Because everybody makes it and they make it in huge quantities, and everybody sells it.
Can't you buy it at Walmart?
Yeah, you can buy it at Walmart, and I think even at Walmart they don't have that like limit of 2 packages per purchase or whatever. But I'd also like us to get a 12 gauge and a 9mm, a handgun. And what I'd really like is a flintlock 50 or higher caliber muzzleloader. I would love a flintlock. But do you know how much, it costs more to buy a flintlock kit than to buy a modern rifle.
My brother used to have the pistol and the rifle in black powder.
Muzzleloader?
Yes, muzzleloaders.
Yeah. Those are nice.
But he sold them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, damn it, you could have given them to me.
Yeah. So, anyway, I just want to say to my uncle, even though I know he's not going to see this, I'm sorry I asked you for anything. I don't like doing that. You've helped out more than... Anyway.
Right now, my brother, I don't feel like calling him because I know he's actually retired now.
Yeah.
So, kind of hard for him, too.
So, anyway, yeah, if you didn't hear that, they're still going after the guns and the ammo and everything, people, so you need to get what you can now. The thing is, if you don't have money, how are you going to get it? And
I know there's title loan stores, but I'm not about to risk losing my car for one of them.
Yeah, they're like the interest rate.
Sharks.
Yeah.
We'll go to the mafia for...
Yeah. I don't think we should get another Mosin because... Why have 2 Mosins? But then why not? I mean, a Mosin is going to stand up. It's going to... Geez, those things were built in the late 1800s at first.
We could get a 30-06. That would be nice.
Yeah, it would be really nice. They have an AK configuration 30-06 at Classic Arms, but I don't remember the price on it. It's actually... They're selling it as a left-hander, but it's not a left-hander. I mean, it ejects from the right, and if you're left-handed, you're going to be getting hit in the face, I would think, with the spent rounds. We're going to start keeping our brass, even if it's not brass, because if it comes down to it, you can still reload. Even steel casings, you may not be able to shoot it more than a few times, but hey. So, oh gosh, that tornado. Our hearts go out to all of you in Oklahoma, as well as everybody outside of Oklahoma who has family and friends is affected. And so, anyway, bye people.